Hello, everybody. Jeff Goolsby here. Oh man, haven't done a broadcast in about 5 days, so I had to get my broadcast voice going. So hey, I'm Jeff Goolsby. If you're watching this on my personal page, you already know this, and if you're watching me on my group page, then you probably know this as well. But I'm Jeff Goolsby, the Goolsby Group, and I've been trying to make a point to do a market update every single week. For the last month, I've been doing a market update just in a quick little snapshot, but I want to do a market update video, and I have some I have some good points that I want to share with you on a little presentation. Bear with me. I'm just kind of bringing it to you raw as if you were to pick up the phone and I was going to tell you what's going on. I have a little bit of a presentation, but for the most part, this is an unscripted thing. So if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see me, give me some likes and some thumbs up on Facebook. If you have specific questions for me, please let me know. I'm also going to be asking questions. If I can get everything to work correctly, I'm going to be asking questions of you, if anyone's watching. I know that there's about 5 people that are on right now. So I'm going to be asking questions of you. If you want to participate, you want to play the guessing game, I have gift cards to give away. I already did this once on my personal page, and I have some gift cards, but we have Gooseport, and I also have a gift card to Shady. So Gooseport is a restaurant slash tap house basically in Roseville. Awesome place. $25 gift certificate there, a gift card. And then Shady Coffee and Tea is my absolute favorite, and that's in Roseville off Douglas, and I have a gift card for them as well. So I have a couple opportunities for you guys to participate. And so here we go. I want to kick this off. If you watched my last video, by the way, will you drop some comments right now? Just say like, I'm here if you're here, or like, hi, or, hey, what happened to, why are you wearing a suit? What are you really trying to prove? If you can hear me loud and clear, maybe give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and say hello. I'm going to try to follow in here on I know that there's on Facebook, so I can track some comments. So okay, well, here we go. I'm going to jump into the market update. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I posted a video last week, the market update for last week, and so I want to just talk a little bit about what happened last week, a little bit more, dive into what that was about, and then also going to share with you kind of what's going on this week. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. I appreciate the comments. I'm glad I can see the comments here in my little system too. So super cool. You guys, if you have questions, please drop them in. I appreciate you watching. So here we go. So last week I talked about what's happening from the economists that I follow, talked about what's happening in the real estate market, and just sort of what to expect, the best we can figure out what to expect in terms of going forward. So today I'm going to talk about just a quick recap of last week. I'm going to talk about what's new in the market. I'm going to talk about some new information regarding listings. I'm super excited for that one. So I'm going to try to actually get through 1 and 2 very quickly. I want to give you the data. If you have more questions about that, please let me know. But number 3 is what I'm most passionate and excited about. And then 4, at the end of this, I'm just going to give you some resources that you can use to tap into to move forward and be successful in real estate. All right. And when I say be successful in real estate, I mean, if you plan on buying a home or selling a home, or if you know somebody that's planning on doing those same things, we want you to win. If you're an agent, I know a lot of agents are on my page, and I appreciate the camaraderie and the support. This is totally good content that I hope that you can share with your clients as well. So here we go. A recap of last week. So last week I dove faithfully into talking about the economy and what to expect in terms of the recovery. Now, there's new information that's floating around right now. It talks of different shapes and U shapes and W shapes and what to expect going forward. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo are all still saying that we should see a V-shaped recovery. Of course, that could change, and who am I to speak to that? Really, it's an economist standpoint, but anyhow, what this means in regards to, if I'm thinking about making plans, it means that the real estate, or the economy, not the real estate market, but the economy should rebound hopefully very quickly if it follows a V-shape or V-type recovery. So within 2 quarters, we should be back. So anyhow, what that means in regards to real estate, this should be a temporary moment in the economy that shouldn't have such a huge impact on the real estate market. Okay, last week we talked about recession, and we noted that this is not like 2008 because in the last 5 recessions, only one of them saw drastic price changes, depreciation, and that was the one that was actually caused by the housing market. We also talked about annual home price appreciation, and again, how this is not like 2008 because the last time, the 6 years leading up to the housing crash, we saw these just huge gains in annual home price appreciation, and we're just not seeing that on a national level or a local level for the last 6 years in our market. We're seeing bigger numbers than this. These are national numbers, so we're definitely seeing bigger numbers than that on a local level, but certainly not the the 12s and the 11s, and really not even the 8s. I mean, we're close to 5 and 6, depending on the pockets that you look at of the area. Again, why this is not like 2008 is because mortgage credit availability is much lower, so it's harder to get a mortgage than it was back then. Also, because we haven't pulled a ton of cash out of our homes is another reason why it's not like back then. We've pulled a significantly less amount of money out of our homes this time around. So here's another fun fact that we talked about last week. 50% of Americans have 53.8% of Americans have at least 50% equity in their home. Okay, that's a huge thing to kind of take comfort in the fact that last time we had all these short sales and foreclosures because people were upside down. That's just not the case this time. And in fact, these are the Roseville numbers, and I'll tell you the Sacramento Placer numbers combined, but the Roseville numbers say 52.9% of homeowners in Roseville have 50% equity in their home. 19.8% own their home outright. And in Sacramento and Placer County combined, 59% have at least 50% equity in their home. Okay, so that's just huge to know that the market in general, the housing market, is just it's stable because of the amount of equity. Last week, we also just talked about like inventory levels and how many homes sold. So this just shows you basically the last 15 years, and you can see that it's a pretty stable amount of homes that sell. It's always ranging in between, 125 on the low side up to 225 on the high side, but pretty much the demand remains the same. It's the supply that ends up changing. And this was last week's number, and I'll get into this in just a little bit, but 200. This is in Roseville. 77 homes went pending, 35 homes sold, and 240 were still available. So what is new? Okay, so these are some slides that I got from Keeping Current Matters. I'm going to blow through these really fast, you guys, because I do not want to bore you, and because I know your time is precious. So these are unemployment filings. It's really kind of silly for me to sit up here and talk about unemployment filings because the data actually shows that, historically speaking, unemployment rate really has nothing to do with real estate. They don't correlate the way you might think. You might think, well, if everybody's unemployed, they're not able to buy. And of course, that's true that the people that are unemployed aren't able to buy. But historically speaking, the data doesn't show any sort of relationship to unemployment rate and real estate. So This is the forecast. Again, I don't even know why I have this slide on here, matter of fact. But this goes back to the V-shape recovery that people are projecting in comparison to like the Great Depression, the Great Recession, which is a much slower, really kind of tough economic recovery timeframe, long economic recovery timeframe. This is the Sacramento market. I think I already showed you that slide. Okay, yeah. This is the Sacramento market. This is the Sacramento market, greater Sacramento market over the last 5 years. So you can see we've got pretty consistent, like dependable, we kind of know what to expect each year. And you also notice this, the supply is just a little bit lower, right? This is the Roseville market, much smaller sample, right? We have 6,000 home sample here, and here we have a 400 home sample. So it's just showing you the Roseville market. Again, it follows the same wave, same seasonality. So this is the Roseville Market Watch. In the last 7 days from today, in the last 7 days, 248 homes are available. 56 homes are pending sale, and 35 homes have sold. The reason that's important to note is just things are still happening. There's still movement in the market. And I'll show you a slide soon that'll show you what's happened for the entire month of April. All right, so the next one is, this is fun. Okay, so I showed you this chart. This is this trends that we see. Now you notice, if you can see my mouse over here, at the very end, we only have April numbers. So the trend graphics, who basically I use a ton of their data, doesn't show us April yet. April's not over, right? But here's what I know based on the numbers that I've seen, is kind of like my little prediction, I guess, if you will. I know that 105 homes have closed, and I know that based on the homes that have kind of hit the market, it's still kind of right around like that 200. Right? We know, we just saw the last slide, 248 are available right now. Now, these are actual homes that went onto the market, not necessarily what's available, but went on the market. So this is just a very interesting, this is not 100% accurate because April is not over yet, but this is what I think the chart is going to look like. So this light green one right here, if that gets too high, which, keep in mind, this is low. This is, historically speaking, this is very low. If this gets too high, then we start having an issue with supply and demand. We know that the demand is around here, and we want the supply to stay somewhere right. I mean, under 500 is still actually fine. So we want the supply to stay somewhere around here. To be a seller's, to remain more of a seller's, shifting into a neutral market. In the greater Sacramento area, that is not the right slide. Here's the greater Sacramento area. This is, these are the homes that have sold much larger pool, but it follows the same wave. And again, I just kind of estimated over here. Looks like we'll probably see about 35, or probably close to about 2,800 homes that have hit the market in the month of April, and probably close to about 2,200 that will sell. Pretty solid numbers still. In fact, if you look, more homes will actually sell now than they sold like in our counterpart months, like last year in April. Probably a bit more sold last year in April than they did this year, but all in all, our market is still moving forward, pretty healthy, pretty strong market. Now, okay, so that's what's happening, and that's what's happened in real estate. The general gist of this is the market is moving forward, right? Yes, we have fewer homes that are on the market. Yes, we did have fewer sales. However, that's to be expected because there was a serious pause in activity. We were on shutdown, right? Naturally, there was a bit of hesitancy to put homes on the market. Some homes came off. But all in all, things were moving forward, and the numbers are still pretty on point with where we've been in the past. This is the fun part. This is where I'm excited. So it's not just that the real estate market is moving forward. It's actually taking off in some regards. So real estate activity online is just going wild, right? In the past, it used to be that like 92% of all home buyers use the internet at some point in time during their transaction. Well, now guess what? Home buyers now, 100% of them are using the internet at some point in their transaction. There's no way around it. If you're searching for homes, especially 2 weeks ago, you were doing it online. Now, with the exception of maybe once the order gets lifted, people start showing homes to maybe like the retirement communities, areas that don't historically use a ton of internet to search for home. Those numbers might change. But traffic, so this is a quote from Zillow, traffic has picked up since March 22nd, outpacing or remaining just a few percentage points behind 2019 levels through early April. So that was really cool. I wanted to see actually if my website traffic picked up. So this was some fun stuff that I looked up. Here's the data for my personal page. And granted, Zillow gets millions of viewers every single day, right? Like tons of people on Zillow all the time. My website is obviously a bit smaller. I serve the Roseville area and the Sacramento market. But here's the Goolsby group numbers, which is kind of cool. And from February 22nd to March 22nd, because that was their data sample, it was 4,449 people visited my website, right? So about 4,500 people in a month. Now, from March 23rd to April 23rd, 8,577. So almost double. And I actually removed, this was a higher number, but I removed a chunk because I did a virtual Easter egg hunt. I wanted to specifically look at real estate related page views, and not the Easter egg thing doesn't count, right? So total would have been about 13,000, but 8,500 people. So almost double the traffic. Now, what does that tell me? Zillow's reporting this. My little website is reporting this. People are obviously still interested in real estate, and they're conducting their search and their everything online, right? We're all virtual right now. Weekly showings. This is just some good data. This is from Keeping Current Matters provided this. They got this from Showing Time. Showing Time is a service that we use as well to conduct our showings and to track and analyze our showings. But March 12th, huge halt in showings, right? Showings way down. This was 2019. Showings kind of just keep on going up. March 12th this year, showings way down. But finally, over the last week or so, we're starting to see an uptick in showings, which is actually consistent for our world as well. In fact, we had 2 homes go into escrow, 2 listings go into escrow just recently, and we saw a significant uptick in showing activity. Pending sales turned into a positive in the week ending April 15th and is up 6.2% week over week as of the 7 days ending April 19th. So basically what I just got done showing you, pending sales activity, it's all still happening. These are Zillow's numbers. So this is on a national and in fact international, because they serve other countries as well. But just some good general stats. To kind of back that up, I'll show you what I've been tracking for the last month. This is the very first week of April. 118 homes were active on the market, 43 of them, so super low inventory. 43 of them went pending, 44 of them sold. The next week, 117 were still very low inventory. And then boom, here we go. People are starting to get a little bit more confidence. They've been on, at this point, from 4/14 to 4/20, they've been in quarantine for over a month or almost a month. and they're over it. They're getting their houses on the market. So 240 homes hit the market, or were on the market. 77 went pending in that week, and 35 homes closed. Now, this is just our most recent one I just showed you. 248 are still active. 56 homes went pending, and 35 homes closed. It's actually interesting. The homes closed, again, if you remember, like at that old chart, they all kind of stay the same. Now, what this is telling me is that people are moving forward. The data is showing us that people are moving forward online. And I'm getting to my most critical point here in just a minute. I want to show you recent closings post COVID-19. Okay. So these are closings that occurred between 4/20 and 4/26. These closings are likely have gone into escrow sometime either just before or just after the stay-at-home order took place. I think this is critical to see. So in the Sacramento and Placer County market, 268 closings occurred. Okay. And those closings took place roughly sometime right around quarantine start time. So I'm calling this post-COVID, meaning we know about COVID. I should call it current COVID. Okay. 268 closings at a median price of $433,000. Original asking price, what they're asking for versus what they got, 98.9%. So even in the midst of uncertainty, of buyers not knowing if they want to buy, and what if what's the market going to do, which we heard so much of, the serious buyers were still out there buying their home. Siri just turned on. The serious buyers were still out there purchasing homes and offering fair prices for them. So 98.9% is not a bad number. Average size is 1,700 square feet for an average price per square foot of $255. Okay, if you're with me still, thank you for watching. It looks like we still have about 10 people on watching us. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts, because I'm going to play a guessing game right now. All right? I want to know. Okay, hold on. I got ahead of myself. I got super excited. I am going to play a guessing game. Of these 268 homes, we just talked about how important it is to how people are searching for homes online, right? Now, keep in mind, this 268 closings happened in the midst of quarantine. How many of these 268 homes had virtual media? How many of the 268 homes had virtual media, meaning had, a video, had a Matterport 3D tour where you can walk through, had some sort of virtual media, virtual experience for the buyers to get more out of the home, to virtually experience the home. Of the 268 homes that sold, how many of those had virtual media? And I'm pretty sure I can see I know I see a couple posts coming in. Thank you for commenting. If you guys can hear me, drop your answers in the comments right now. I'll give you a second to guess. So how many, and you know what? I don't know if, cool. All right, we have one guess. No, it's significantly lower than surprisingly, it's significantly lower than the amount of homes that sold. Okay, I'll give you that clue right now. Of the 268 homes that sold, a significantly smaller amount of them had virtual media, meaning like a video, a virtual tour. And what I might do, because we have about 10 people watching right now, I might let it simmer, let it sit for a little bit. And if you're watching this after the fact, go ahead and still drop your comment and I'll let it ride for a little while today. And if you guess, then I'll announce a winner. So again, I have these 2 gift cards. I have Gooseport and I have Shady Coffee and Tea. All right. So get your guess in. Spoiler alert, it's about to happen. I can see where your comment was too. I can tell what time and place. So we'll see how that works later. But anyhow, got to go on to the next slide. I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. Going into the next slide. So of the 268 homes, I'm gonna tell you the new numbers. So those homes, I left the 268 still there. The average sales price of the homes that had virtual media versus the ones that didn't, $450,000. Original ask price to sale price, 100%. The average, now you might say, well, maybe the bigger homes sold. Nope. The average size of homes that sold was 1,723 square feet, right? This is listings with virtual media. The average price per square foot was $274.08. If you remember from the previous slide, the number was somewhere, was $255. Okay. That is 7.4 more, 7.4% more than homes that did not have virtual media. Okay. Now I want you to think about that for a second. We just did a slide when we talked about Zillow's traffic is up. I showed you my numbers. My website is up. If you know somebody that's planning to sell their home now more than ever before, it's not just about getting information to the buyer. It's about literally your bottom line is impacted if you don't have virtual media attached to your listing. Now, I didn't go in and look at every single listing and see what kind of virtual media. There's definitely certain kinds that will have an even bigger impact and those might have qualified. All 56 of them might have had this great virtual media experience, but there's definitely a great way to get more media or to create a bigger impact and to get even more return. But I just really wanted to drive this point home. Of the 268 homes that sold, only 56 of them used virtual media. But those 56 sold their homes for 7.4% more than the other ones that didn't have virtual media. Okay, so just wanted to drive this home. The general outline is buyers are shopping for homes online. No big surprise. The only difference is now it went from about 92% of them using internet at some point in time during their transaction to 100% of them having to start their home search online and rely on technology. So they're shopping online. Your online presence, if you have your home online, is more important than ever before. Okay. If I'm going to just say this too, I'm going to be so bold because I know the people that are watching me. If you're an agent, I love you. If you're following me, I love you. You know I love you. You know I do. If the ones that aren't doing this, the one that I'm about to talk about right now, they're not doing this anyway. If you're a consumer though, and you're watching this right now, and you know somebody or you know an agent, or if you have an agent, I'm gonna just say it, and they're convincing you that virtual media or like a video or Matterport 3D is just that's not important. You can see just fine through the photos. Fire them right now because you're missing out on 7.4% of income, right? The data shows it. Of the homes that sold recently, the ones with virtual media had a 7.4% return, positive return. So, all right, going forward, what do I have? Resources for you. So that was my big one, guys. That's a huge number. It's so nice because we've been doing video for so long. We've been doing Matterport and the buyer experience when they visit our website and they see your listing and they see the photos and the video and all the little pop outs here and there. It's so important to us. So it's just really cool to see like the numbers like mean something, right? It's literally earning people more money to use virtual media. And the last thing that I'm going to share with you is some resources. What are some resources you can tap into? So in regards to, let me see here, share screen, application. I get a ton of my slides from Keeping Current Matters. Okay. I don't create a lot of this stuff. People way smarter than me do, and I basically just share it. So this is the website. I'm going to drop a link in it. It's Simplifying the Market. It has my photo here. If you put your contact information in, you will get in touch with me. But this is, just content that professionals put together. This is national data, and I think it's really helpful to understanding what's happening in the real estate market. So I'm going to drop that link in for you. That's a resource that I want you to know about. The second resource is just, it's kind of a promotion for me. Honestly, it's what you can expect when we're marketing your home. So this is our real estate marketing page. I'm going to drop the link in here. We're going to talk about, I didn't even touch on email in my presentation, but we're going to talk about your virtual presence online. We're going to talk about email as a marketing strategy, and we're going to talk about Facebook and other online strategies to sell your home. So check that out. I'm going to drop the link below. This one is killer. Okay. This one has just basically a collaboration of all the content that we put together for homeowners that are planning on selling their home. If you know anyone that's planning to sell, I would highly recommend you share this page with them. There's really no registration. You could just read these articles. It's all the best stuff that we put together. Curb appeal makeovers, 7 best kept secrets to selling your home. Basically, I've kind of map out, like, you could for sale by owner. I show people how to do it. Or I tell them some of the strategies they should use. Is selling your home a mistake? We give honest kind of questionnaire style about whether or not it's a good time to buy or sell. 11 things your listing agent should be doing right now. So maybe it was a little harsh to say you should fire your agent. Maybe you should just ask them to, start implementing virtual technology. But download this checklist. Go to this 11 things your listing agent should be doing right now. Download this checklist and use it. Maybe you have a commitment to somebody already. Maybe just take a look and say, hey, listen, this is what I think I would like to implement as well. And that, you could use that. Anyhow, I'll drop this link. It's just all of our best articles for sellers. I highly encourage you check it out. This is our 11 things your agent must be doing right now to market your home. Some examples of some of our property websites that I want you to check out when you get a chance. Here's the actual seller's checklist. And here, that's Keeping Current Matters. So those are some resources for you. Thank you guys for watching. I know we still have about 12 dozen of us still here watching. If you have any questions for me, I didn't see any major questions roll through. I saw Jennifer said the slide was awesome, and Drew, thanks for your comment. Appreciate it so much, guys. But yeah, I'm here to help. I plan on doing another one of these next month or next week. And yeah, I just want to keep you informed of what's happening in the real estate market. For those of you that know me already, you know that it's our passion and our purpose basically at the Goolsby Group to help people win in real estate. And right now, I'm so excited that helping people win is really just offering technical, advanced marketing strategies, because that's what we do. And we've been doing it for like the last 8 years now. So if you know someone, this is my pitch. I'm sorry. If you know someone that is looking to sell their home, is looking to market their home, and does not want to give up 7.4% of their price, have them give me a call, because we've been putting digital marketing strategies together for a long time, and we can do it for them as well. All right. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Drop your questions. Jennifer, you said 260. That was way off. Sorry, girl. It's actually 56. That was the real answer. So I don't know. I'll have some fun. Maybe I'll just pick some random people that comment. I'll pick some people that share. How about that? share this video. After you're done watching this, share the video. I'll be able to see who shared it, and I'll pick some random people to win a Gooseport $25 gift certificate and a $20 gift certificate to Shady Coffee and Tea. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Be safe. Talk to you soon.